Hey everyone, welcome back to System Design Masterclass. My name is Jatin, and today in this video we are going to dive inside the two fundamental architecture patterns of system design, and that are monolithic and microservices. So in this video we are going to look about pros and cons of both patterns and along with when to use which pattern. So let's begin. A monolithic architecture is where entire system is built as a single unit. That means various components such as databases, business logic, UI, external APIs are tightly integrated and deployed together. The example of a monolithic architecture can be considered as a restaurant where kitchen, ordering system, staff, they both all together work in a single building. And suppose by chance a kitchen catches fire, so entire restaurant shuts down. So that is the example of monolithic architecture. Advantages of monolithic architecture can be it is easy to develop and deploy as you don't have to manage multiple services. Then better performance as communication happens between the same system, so lag would be minimum. And third one is simple debugging and testing as everything is in one place. The disadvantage can be scalability issues as you cannot scale up the individual components of the system and you have to scale up the entire system at once. Second one can be slow deployment speed. So that means if our system grows, so adding new features to it can be more complex, so it becomes slow. And third one and most important is single point of failure. That means if one of the component of system fails, so in this case entire system fails. So that is disadvantages of monolithic architecture. Now let's talk about microservices architecture. In microservices, the application is broken down into smaller services, and now each services perform its specific task and functionality, and they communicate with each other via APIs. The example of microservices architecture can be imagine an e-commerce application where the ordering system and scrolling system and cart system they all work as independent services. So if payment gateway is goes down inside that app, so still you can browse the product of that app. So that is the example of microservices architecture. The advantages of microservices architecture can be scalability. That means we can scale up the individual components of the system independently. Second one, faster development and deployment. That means different team members can work on different part of the system, that means services, independently and simultaneously. And third point is that there is no single point of failure. That means if one of the component of system fails, so different components of the system can perform their task without any issues. So that is the advantages of microservices architecture. The disadvantages of microservices architecture can be complexity. It needs professional DevOps practices to handle multiple services. And second one is higher latency. Imagine if different components are working on different servers. So for their communication over the network, there will be short delay. So that is the main problem. And third one is there is operational overhead in terms of containerization and monitoring tools, etc. So that are disadvantages of microservices architecture. You can choose monolithic architecture when you are building small to medium scale application and when your team size is small and you are not considering that much of complexity in terms of deployment, and there is not so much frequent scalability issues in terms of your application. So in this case you should choose monolithic architecture. You can choose microservices architecture for your application when your application is large and complex and there are various team members are working on different part of the system, and there is chances of frequent scalability of independent component of your system. So in that case you should choose microservices architecture for your application. So that's it for today. If you find this video helpful, then please like, subscribe and share it with your friends, and don't miss out the next video of this series, System Design Masterclass by Jatin Mishra. Till then, see you soon. Bye bye.